Welcome to Novice to Master.
Welcome back to Novice to Master. Today on the podcast, a friend of mine, Brandon Duff, is on. He's going to talk a little bit about some of the projects he's got going on, and we're going to talk a little bit about Funnel Hacking Live and finally getting to meet and hang out.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much, Greg. It's been a pleasure. I know that we've always connected on Facebook, and then we finally got to meet at Funnel Hacking Live, and then, finally get to go on a podcast together. So this is super exciting. I'm very happy to be on this podcast with you and to just provide value to your guests.
Awesome, man. It's good to have you on. It was nuts getting to meet, man. It was funny because I was walking, and everybody who recognizes you from Facebook recognizes you by the money bags.
Right.
So I'm like walking. I'm like, oh, wait, hey.
Yeah, because I do have a Mr. Monopoly or Moneybags like outfit as my avatar for Facebook. So when I'm not in outfit, I'm just kind of being my own person. Most people don't recognize me, so it's kind of like my alter ego, I guess.
Right on. Yeah, I mean it's definitely a pattern interrupt for sure.
Right.
How'd it feel to be on the screen at Funnel Hacking Live when they started showing some of the documentary trailer?
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, oh, I made it. That's me. Like, I was like, oh, there I am. And then a bunch of people around me like, hey, that's you. And I was like, hey, yeah. So the next day I wasn't dressed up at all. So I just kind of, it was funny because a lot of people thought it was really a cool outfit, and the people around me thought it was very, like you said, very pattern interrupt. So it was fun.
It was awesome, man. So what, honestly, from Funnel Hacking Live, what was your biggest takeaway from that?
Really just the networking that's involved, the amount of just networking that really gets taken and you can use and actually learn from the actual people that are doing it there. I kind of learned a lot of my own, some of the greatest tactics from just talking to people like you. I remember us sitting down with Paul and all us having kind of like a mastermind or a kind of brainstorming session. So that's just awesome to do with the people there, because one, you're talking to people that you've known for a while, and you kind of can now kind of put all the pieces together, because you're like, hey, remember when I talked about this, and this is how this happened, and this is how it worked out, and now you share those stories with each other. So that's kind of cool, versus just kind of going to and learning kind of how ClickFunnels does it, because we all kind of have our own different businesses, and we kind of hang out with people on social media with the people that we kind of click with and that are kind of doing the same things as us, or something similar. Or something that is more complementary to our business. So it's very cool to finally connect with those people. So I think that was the biggest takeaway for me, is actually being able to collaborate with some of these people down the road now that we've built this relationship in person also.
Right on. Yeah, it was a really cool thing, because I know when I went in and actually started meeting people, there was quite a few who actually just saw my name tag and went, oh, I remember you. And
Right.
It's like, hey, what's up?
Exactly. I mean, that's cool too, because you kind of know that you're inspiring people and helping people, and just kind of just helping them to get over those little obstacles in their everyday life. So I think that's cool when they are able to spot you out in a crowd and be like, oh, hey, so good to meet you, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's really cool too. Like you said, you got to experience that quite a lot at Funnel Hacking Live. So
Yeah, it was a really awesome experience. The other part that I thought was real neat is talking about the networking. How many people didn't go for Funnel Hacking Live? A lot of people never bought a ticket. They just sat out in the lobby and networked.
yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. I've seen people actually go and buy a ticket and don't go to any of the events, but only go to like one guest, because they want to do all the networking in the lobby, but then they want to see someone in particular who they're a big fan of and want to kind of go, and they kind of follow them around in a sense and go to all their engagements. So yeah, I think it's really cool, all the different opportunities that these big networking events do give people just to kind of, I guess, cater to what their needs are. If it's networking, building relationships, if it's learning, if it's implementing, they have all these kind of different things that allow us to really take our business to that next level.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a wonderful tool either way, whether it's just the networking or, there's certain speakers that really have something for your business that are really going to help
Right.
you out and get you to that level. But I've noticed, speaking of businesses, you've got quite a few projects, or at least a few projects going on right now.
Yeah. So I have my software, which is a toolkit that allows people to kind of automate a lot of their social media. Allows them to create custom tags in their messenger. It allows them to seek friends based on keywords in their profile. All this different things to kind of help with lead generation within Facebook. And we've kind of coupled with some other people, sorry, we've coupled with some other softwares that we've kind of put together and um, allowed us to create this high ticket community that really allows us to automate most of our social media. So I've actually just made the transition from ClickFunnels to our sales funnel software that we've integrated with our social media toolkit and our engagement software. So now we offer this high ticket program that's been phenomenal because it's been able to get people to make sales within 48 hours. We've kind of partnered with a travel agency company that we're able to give vacation packages as incentives. We're doing all this kind of cool things that allow us to kind of take it to that next level and build the community. So we're giving away hats, which are our top hats, which are pretty cool. So we're really just building a community and a tribe within that. So it's been pretty cool.
Right on. Yeah, I saw the ad where it said you got the hat, and I was like, wow, that was actually the first thing I saw that I was like, oh, a hat.
I want that. Yeah, I know. It's really cool because I mean that's also kind of what I've learned from ClickFunnels too is it's really building that tribe, building that community, and really setting yourself apart. So I think networking and learning about how a community works and how you can kind of set yourself apart with ClickFunnels is kind of my biggest takeaway. So I think that yeah, anyone who is really looking to make it online, you need to build that community, set yourself apart, kind of show everyone else how you're different. So
Exactly. I know that's actually one of the biggest things in building, not just the tribe, but the crazy raving fans, like
right,
what
right,
you
right.
see for Russell. But that's really what makes the biggest difference in a company, because that's what keeps people from going from a one-time purchaser to buy again and again and again and again and again.
Right.
And biggest part of that comes from the community.
Exactly.
So
I mean, it's having those um, different poles in a sense, because if they are part of a community, they can't just quit the community. They're quitting Barbara and Johnny and Bob and Sean and all these other people that are part of that community. So it kind of keeps them in and keeps them allowed to constantly get value from everyone and providing value to everyone, because we are there to help each other. We are there to help build our businesses online. So and it's just a great way to continuously grow, because we are there to help each other and do well, because that's kind of what a tribe does.
mhm. Yeah, it's one thing I saw with ClickFunnels is, in all honesty, their tribe is better for customer support than their customer support is. And I think that's actually, it's a good thing, but it's also the key, like, chief complaint from every user.
Yeah, ClickFunnels does have its issues. They obviously have great software. It's can be a little bit buggy at times. Doesn't save all the time. Crashes sometimes. Um, Elements just don't move, or it's kind of issue. But it is what it is, and they do have a great community, and their community is always there to help. So if you can have a community that strengthens itself within, I mean, that's the best way to do it, because it just helps keeping that community together and keep building within it.
Definitely, definitely. So, how is all that coming along? Growing every day, or still doing pretty good with everything going on?
Yeah. Oh man, it's going great. So
Awesome.
we've went from software, and then we kind of built out our value ladder since Funnel Hacking Live. We started off with a $7 product, and then we got into our continuity program with our software, which is a monthly product. And then from there, we got into a high ticket program, which now is kind of our um, biggest generator right now. So it allows us to really increase our um, our MRR, so our monthly revenue streams, and then obviously one ticket sales too. So it just kind of allows us to reinvest that money into the business and into the software. So we're always improving it, always making it better, and then obviously we're getting feedback from our customers to based on what their needs are, and obviously reinvesting that money. So it's ever since meeting you at Funnel Hacking Live and really learning everything, it's really helped me grow my business substantially.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen. It seemed like you were going in almost leaps and bounds. Like since that started, it's one day it's hey, I got this, and then the next day it's oh by the way, and wow, this dude's moving fast.
Right, right. So we're the way this is going, we're having a lot of success with our high ticket community. A lot of our students are doing really well. And so we're going to be offering another program on top of that. So I already kind of know what it's kind of be about. Obviously, like Russell says, like if you have a tribe, like you said, that if you don't constantly give them something to purchase or offer them, they're gonna buy from someone else, or they're gonna go somewhere else. So if you're allowing them to continuously grow within your company and they're getting results and they want to continuously take it to that next level, you have to be able to provide that for them. So we've had a lot of success with our toolkit. So then we started offering this high ticket program. That high ticket program is doing really well now. So we're not doing it right now. It's kind of I'm taking the kind of the pieces and putting them off in my mind over here somewhere, so that when we get enough testimonials, the program's kind of already built, because I already kind of have a case study or framework based on what we've already done. So you just kind of build framework off framework so that you can constantly grow and expand and scale your business.
Right on. Yeah, that's it sounds like you're making good moves and progress. I know a lot of people are right now with all of everything going on. There's been a lot of people who have either slowed down, lost momentum, or just stopped altogether with marketing. But it sounds like you're like the perfect example of this being the perfect time and best time to keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, if you constantly move and constantly adjust and pivot, like, I mean, I remember when I was a personal trainer, I knew I couldn't train all my life. And I knew at some point I didn't want to exchange time for money. So I needed a way to really leverage my time and my way to make money online. And this was in 2000, just at the middle of 2019. I was like, okay, I need to do some kind of business online. And that's when I pivoted into affiliate marketing, because I knew that I couldn't train all my life. I wanted to do and make more. I didn't want to exchange time for money. So that's when I pivoted online, and I did really well. But before that, I was also investing in real estate too. I was investing in rental properties because I knew that was a passive way to make income. So that also allowed me to get passive income streams that way. So I think in 2015 is when I really started looking at passive ways to build income streams. And this is just one more income stream to start building out, right? So now we have our software, we have our high ticket program, and we have these kind of verticals that allow us to be in different markets and allow us to I guess not really be affected or pivot one way or the other based on what we're doing.
Right on. It sounds like a good plan, man. Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I know a lot of people. It seems like everybody's gotten at least at one point into real estate to some point and extent. It's probably one of the best, at least from what I hear, it's probably one of the best investments. I've heard both ways though. Some people just made some money didn't go very far with it, and others are actually keeping it as a passive income, which in all honesty, that's one of my goals. It's one of the steps along the way for me. Um, but it's awesome to hear that, you keep it going, and it makes a pretty good passive income for you on top of everything else.
Yeah, I love real estate. I mean, it's the goal is to get 100 units. We have 10 right now. So that's just a great way to build passive income because there is all the appreciation, depreciation, cash flow. We have debt pay down, all the tax benefits, creative financing, all these different ways you can really benefit from real estate. But also just on the online world, there's not as much of a like upfront cost with getting into the whole online business. There's just easy to scale versus scaling with real estate. So there's pluses and minuses. Typically, what I'm doing right now is building my digital business to feed into and reinvest a lot of my money into both the technology that we're building,
Mm-hmm.
but also into real estate so that I do have, like I said, these multiple streams of income.
That's awesome, man. A lot of people don't actually want to talk about what they've got for multiple streams of income, it seems, but that's awesome that you shared it, man.
Yeah, it's I mean, sharing's caring, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, everybody hears from like Grant Cardone, I think Robert Kiyosaki. You hear about multiple streams of income, and it's funny to see with as few people as what share it. Um, some of the conclusions everybody comes to is what multiple streams of income are. Which is just, I don't know if you've seen any of them, but I've seen some, like, they'll start affiliate marketing and then get another affiliate program and be like, oh, that's multiple streams. It's like, well, it's still relying on the same thing.
Right. And I love that you said that. So I used to think that I have 10 streams of income, right? Because I have 10
Mm-hmm.
rental properties. But I kind of figure that as one stream of income in a sense, because it does allow for like if the whole housing market crashed, or like people couldn't pay their rent, like going on now. Luckily, all of our property or renters can pay their rent, so we haven't missed any. We haven't had any missed payments from our renters, but that's one stream of income because if all of those tenants couldn't pay, they're all gone, right?
Yeah.
So I like to think of it more different industries. So like that's one industry in a sense, right? So that's the real estate market. But I mean, then again, I mean, I do get passive income from the cash flow. I do get appreciation, so I do get another stream of income from there. I do get depreciation, so I get tax benefits. So I mean, that's all one industry, and there are multiple streams within that, I guess, stream of income. But I mean, that's why real estate is so powerful because it does have so many exit strategies and so many ways you can get into real estate. But I also have, my digital agency, more kind of business where I have my software, I have my upsells, my downsells, I have my one-time sales, I have subscriptions, continuity programs, all that. So that's another stream. I have my rental car business where it's all kind of on my phone. So I just have people rent out my car. I get passive income from that. I can write that off in miles and stuff like that for tax benefits. So it's like another stream, but in another industry. So you have all these kind of streams that you can use to really make money from. And then I have affiliate marketing. So that's another stream kind of in my whole digital agency. So there's different industries within the industries, but it's good to have these kind of different verticals in different industries that you can rely on to bring income to your pockets. Because if the more diverse you can be with your income streams, the more you're going to be protected in general.
Right on. Yeah, it's awesome though to get to share this with somebody and talk about it, because that's actually one of my goals throughout this year. Right now, I mean, you already know I do copywriting as a client service.
Right.
And as that's growing, I want to be able to start to take that and do something else with it, either a physical business or something, and just kind of expand myself. But it's crazy to see how many people, like, there's a lot of us who our ultimate goal is getting into real estate because everybody knows exactly how powerful, what the potential is. And it's awesome that here you're already doing it. So
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can do with just copywriting, right? You can start getting a VA to kind of do that you find and teach to learn how to do that, and then start building a digital agency around that, kind of like um, what God, I'm blanking on his name right now. Um, I mean, who's the guy who does the unicorn? Um,
Jim Edwards.
Jim Edwards, thank you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure has a whole team now, and that's kind of his whole thing is copywriting. So he has a whole different verticals now for his business. So if people just kind of follow his lead and see what he does, they can kind of build a business around what he did. So all sorts of different ways to make money, and then obviously use the money, pay yourself first, reinvest it, pay off all your loans that keep recurring your expenses each month. All the things that take away your income. Loans like rental, car loans, student loans, credit card debt. All those things. Make sure those are all paid off, and then focus on reinvesting after those are all paid off. You just have a whole much more cash flow in your like just business and in your life, so that you can just use that money to reinvest into rental properties or whatever. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for educational purposes and for entertainment value and what it's worked for me. So don't say you did this and you listened to it on a podcast and come after me because I said you should invest in real estate. This is just what's worked for me. So I just want to get that out there.
Right on. Yeah, I know there's other methods people are using too. And it does boil down to what's for you,
right?
Whether or not it will work for you. Because some people, you got to look at area geographically and everything. But in all honesty, from what I've read and what studying I've done, it seems like real estate is probably one of the safest bets wherever you go to, almost.
Yeah. I mean, when I lived in California and I was investing out of state, and that's kind of what I did. I couldn't afford where I lived. It was too expensive. The numbers didn't make sense, and I just didn't want to invest where I live because the numbers didn't make sense. I'd be losing money each month. So I invested out of state, and that's how I got my start. And then I just kept investing out of state. We're actually now looking to invest in state where we live now because we just moved to Texas not too long ago. So we're going to definitely start investing here and where the market makes sense. So
it's a good bet, man. Now, when you first got into the online, the affiliate part, I believe you said you were a trainer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was a personal trainer for about 10 years. I kind of did face-to-face training with men that were just more in the CEO business space. And so I all realized they all had real estate. So I wanted to get in real estate. And I started investing in real estate in 2015. And then 2019 is when I decided to give up my training business because I wanted to, I knew that I was kind of the choke point in my business because I only had so many hours in the day to make money, and I was limited per trading time for money. So I needed to create systems so that I could make more money online. And that's when I got into affiliate marketing, because I know that I could use other people's offers and use them to make money, because I could just kind of refer them their product or their service to someone else that needed it, and kind of structure an offer around it, and kind of present them with why they should go with my offer versus just going through the company. And that allowed me to make sales through affiliate marketing.
Right on, man. Yeah, that's it. Honestly, things like affiliate marketing and there's so many other things online that right now it's almost impossible to not find something you can do for free online to start your own income and business. This is like really one of the best opportunities ever. And with everybody sitting at home right now, I know like you're making the most out of your time. I've been working on my stuff real hard out of the time. It's real hard to imagine, not if it's an interest point of yours anyways, not finding something right now and actually really making money while you're sitting at the house.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many opportunities, and it's unfortunate, but so many people just are kind of just waiting and hoping that something comes to them, because
Hmm.
unfortunately, it might not come, and they better start learning a new skill or a new way to like make money online, because it allows for much more opportunities. I mean, I can give myself a raise every single day, um, and make more money every single day versus waiting for that 2 or 3 or 4% raise that might come or might not come every year. A lot of W-2 employees kind of get that bonus right at the end of the year, where it's like, hey, here's your thank you bonus for a 1 to 3% raise, and sometimes they never get it. Versus here, when you work for yourself and you work online, I can give myself a raise every single day by just talking to new people that I need to solve a problem for.
Yeah.
And when I do that, I'm actually making a substantial amount of more money, and I can do a lot more with that, because I can actually write off a lot of my expenses. If I drive my car somewhere, I can write that off. If I take a potential customer to lunch, I can write that off.
Hmm.
I can write off so much more. And if you think about it, if you're a W-2 employee, you actually have to pay for all your clothes. You have to pay for your gas. You have to pay for your car. You have all these expenses as a W-2 employee, or just working for someone, going to work every single day versus working in your pajamas like I do.
Right on. All right, man. So what exactly was it that took you from, I mean, as you were going down through your steps in your business, how did you really get introduced from one section to another? You had said about the real estate. It was through training. What exactly got you into affiliate marketing? How'd you discover that?
Um, that's kind of the first thing that I guess, found to be the easiest to get into, um, just because it was easy to refer other people's products. I got into it and was kind of, I guess, forced into it in a way, because we moved from California to Texas, and had to give up my fitness business to another trainer. I just handed it over to him, and moved to Texas and wanted to work from home. So I kind of figured that was the easiest way to get into the online space. I could have got into memberships, and I tried to get into piecing together like a members area with WordPress, and it was just really confusing and hard. So that's when I just decided to get into affiliate marketing and really focus in on using other people's products and leveraging what they had to pretty much be able to make money online.
I know. Yeah, it's awesome to hear. Like, I mean, as you've, kind of lined out the steps you've taken. How long were you into what you were doing before you identified the problem that you wanted to solve with the software you created?
Um, as I kind of got into affiliate marketing and learning about kind of what all the tools were and what all the mentoring I kind of took and learned from, all the education I learned from like YouTube or just coaching that I purchased. I kind of found all these tools that I realized all kind of work independently of each other, and I discovered there was a need there, and so I decided to get and put together all those softwares and use them as kind of my own, for my own business, because it was allowed me to do things faster, allowed me to be used for something that I could be that could kind of help my business grow. So then I thought, well, if this could help my business grow, this could help other people's business grow. So I just started doing it that way, and then having other people test it, and uh, just how that went, and it went really well. And then we just started raising our prices, and it just continuously let us grow from there.
Awesome. It's crazy because like you and I had started talking beforehand, and it's just awesome to see somebody I know going, the progress you're making. It's actually it really, it's like inspiring and helpful to me to know that it's like, wow, this dude wasn't doing this like even a year ago, and check it out. So it's
Yeah,
awesome to
thank
see the
you.
traction you're gaining.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely, I'm all about taking massive action. I try and I mean, I definitely put in the work and definitely focus on what needs to be done, and kind of just keep reinvesting and keep learning and keep being motivated. And that's, I guess, why I have a great community of money friends to keep helping us grow and make our more money online. So.
Right on. That's something else I wanted to ask you before we end up getting off here is when did the name Money Friends, where did that come from or what inspired it?
So I created I noticed that I had a community when I was in the fitness industry, and
Hmm.
so I figured, what better way to make a business online was to make money online with my friends.
Hmm.
So I always thought, what would be a good mascot for that, or kind of what would be a good inspiration in that. So, I was into real estate, so I was like, okay, well, Mr. Monopoly, the game, Mr. Moneybags, like that kind of represented that. So I put together like a little outfit. I actually created the business in August of 2019, and I did it for LLC, and decided to find kind of a mascot that went, or persona that went for that. So I just kind of copied the outfit of the Mr. Moneybags, and kind of put that together. And that's how the Money Friends were kind of created. I wanted to make money online with my friends, and so I called it the Money Friends.
Awesome, man. So hey, before we get off here, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you, your program, connect with you at.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. So, my name is Brandon Duff. You can find me at themoneyfriends.com. We have a whole suite of software and training that you guys can definitely take advantage of. For just, you can reach out to Greg, and he has some links that he can hook you guys up with or whatever. Um, I also can be found on Facebook or Instagram at My Trainer Brandon. That was my Facebook page before when I was a trainer. So, and Instagram, so you can definitely reach me there, or just Brandon Duff. So that's an easy way to find me. I'm on all social media, so that's how you guys can find me.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming on here, sharing all of that with us, and especially going down into detail on the steps you've taken in your business, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime I can provide value and support for you, I definitely want to. So yeah, definitely reach out anytime. And thank you.
Right on. Thanks, man. And yeah, anybody who, if you're interested in any more of this, definitely reach out to Brandon. He's been a real big help, real good friend. So I'm sure he'll do the same for you.
Yeah, definitely.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
buddy. Thanks so
Thank you.
much. Have a good one,
You
and
too.
have a great day.
You too.